What's good, y'all? Ruds here. Today's hardware review features the Omega Evo Silversynth Marble Ego shaving brush. Omega is an Italian company that was established in 1931. They started by making bristles for both wet shaving brushes as well as paint brushes before moving into full production of paintbrushes and wet shaving brushes, including handles and setting everything up in knots and whatnot. The company has a worldwide reputation in the men's grooming space for providing high quality shaving brushes. They offer Badger, Boar, as well as synthetics. They have a huge list of stockists. Anyone watching this internationally can find these. Anybody in the US or anywhere in the world can find these without issue. I happen to pick this version up, which is called the Marble Ego from westcoastshaving.com. So the Evo Silversynth synthetic fiber boasts that it's the most natural feeling synthetic fiber available. It intends to be as close to a natural hair brush, specifically Badger, as possible. In testing this, I've found that it's extremely similar, if not identical, fibers to the Muhle STF V2 knot or the Edwin Jagger synthetic silver tip knot. I assume large companies like those use the same knot suppliers for this synthetic fiber itself. It's got an extremely technical weave to the bristles, or tufts as they call it on Omega's site, which makes this brush hold water, similar to a natural hair brush. You can see the water actually is held within the weave of the synthetic fibers. This is the Marble Effect resin, so it is a resin handle, not actual marble. The handle itself is 55 millimeters tall. The loft on this knot is 55 millimeters tall, and the entire assembly weighs 100 grams dry. So in terms of the face feel of this brush, I can tell you this is, in my experience, the closest synthetic to a natural shaving brush feeling. Much like the aforementioned Muhle and Edwin Jagger offerings. It's got a medium backbone to it. Very soft tips. No scritch, no scrub whatsoever. Perhaps not as soft on the tips as something like a tuxedo knot or a silk knot, but still very soft. You're not going to have any irritation whatsoever. Where you can tell this is not a natural hair knot is in the splay. It's got an unnatural spring to it to splay the brush, but nothing that deters from the shave itself. It's just not as smooth a spring as you'd get from a natural hairbrush. This is a luxury priced item, in my opinion, retailing for around $64 US for this version. Would make a great travel brush, or for anyone that has high-end Badger brushes and worries about staining the brush when using soaps with dark ingredients such as vanillin. This would be a nice alternative if you are a natural brush fan most of the time. And the consistency of the lather you get from a synthetic, as well as the durability of synthetic, is always a wonderful selling point. I want to give a big shout out to my wet shaving buddy Ronnie Tiller for turning me on to this Omega Evo Silversynth shaving brush. He recommended that I try it out. He's a fan of it, and he uses mostly natural hair brushes, and recommended that I check this out. And I'm actually really glad I did. Although the price tag is a bit steep in my opinion for synthetic brushes, I think it really delivers on the closest natural feel that I've experienced to date with a synthetic brush fiber. As mentioned previously, it's much like the Muhle STF V2, as well as the Edwin Jagger synthetic silver tip, perhaps even the Simpsons chubby synthetics with a different loft to them though. Hope you'll have an opportunity to check these out if you're in the market for a luxury synthetic shaving brush. As always, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have anything to say. And if you're not already a subscriber, please become one. See ya.